What is up, everybody? This is Erik, the Bear Collector, and I wanted to ask you guys a question. What were you guys doing on 9/9/99? That day will forever be a memory that I'll never forget. It's a date that I'll never forget, and that's because that was the birth of the Sega Dreamcast. That's when there was the North America release of the console. And I'm doing this quick video just to play a homage to the console. Since a couple of days ago on the 9th, we were celebrating the 20th anniversary of the console. And that day I remember I had put the system on reserve. I was very excited. I waited in line, put it on reserve, got it. I bought Sonic for the Sega Dreamcast. I bought that game along with it, and a memory card, one of these guys. I bought one of these. And I went, played it, and I really liked it. And then next I believe I bought Elemental Gimmick Gear, aka Egg. It's a Zelda style clone adventure RPG. I really liked the game, but soon after I bought a couple of other games for the system. But then my whole Sega Dreamcast era was short-lived because a little while later I just gave up on the console. And I'm not trying to bash the console. This is one of my least favorite consoles, but then again, I have a special place in my heart for it, and I'll explain why a little bit later in a minute. And then it also came with a controller, and then I bought, like I showed you guys, I bought the memory cards. But 20 years later, so either earlier this year or late last year, was when I bought this one. I bought it at the Oakland Coliseum flea market for like $18, and it came with the console and the controller and the cables. No games came with it. However, soon after I ordered the memory cards, and I got these two bad boys. And then I bought a couple of games. I haven't really bought much games for the console. I bought Echo the Dolphin, Defender of the Universe. Fellow YouTuber and the homie Alpha Nerd told me that this game was really good. We were talking about it when he did his Sega review of Echo the Dolphin, and he told me that this game was really fun. I actually played it. I tried it out, and it was pretty interesting, but I never gave it a shot. So this is the game that I got, and then I bought an RPG called Silver. I don't know. It looked like a pretty interesting RPG. I never heard of it during the time that the Dreamcast came out. And then last and not least, I got Grand Theft Auto 2. I got this one for the Sega Dreamcast. I heard that it was a really good game, and I haven't played it yet. But I've only bought these three games because a lot of the games for the console nowadays are very expensive. So what happened? Why did I stop, believing in the Dreamcast after I spent all that time, that I put it on reserve and I bought it? Well, to me, I don't know, just the games that it had didn't really caught my attention as I thought it was going to be. And then soon after they released, I was like, I want to say, is that when the PlayStation 1 was out? So I kind of diverted more to the PlayStation 1, and enough said to that console. Hats off to that console. It's awesome. But yeah, I kind of have like a bittersweet love and hate with the Dreamcast, and it's not to bash it or anything. It's just like it just didn't catch my attention afterwards. So it kind of disappointed me. And so never again did I put a console on reserve or anything on reserve. That was my first and last time that I've ever put anything on reserve thus far. But I can't say anything bad about it nowadays, because I just discovered recently that you can, and this is the reason why, after I bought the Dreamcast, I got it because it was really cheap, $18. I'm not going to pass away an offer like that. But I bought it because, I heard that not only are they creating games for it nowadays, they're still making some games, but you can burn the games and just play them. And you don't need to just burn a copy. Just, if you have, like, for example, Grand Theft Auto 2, if you burn this into a CD and you play it here, you don't need to mod it or anything. It'll just play it. And so when I found that out, I burned a lot of games. And one of the games that I really liked on the system was that game Egg, aka Elemental Gimmick Gear. And you know, I started playing a little bit on the console, but you know, I haven't really gotten into it yet. And then the other thing is, you know, I love their memory cards. They play little mini games on their saves. So certain saves like Sonic Advance had some saves on there, and you can play like little mini games for it, and it's quite fun. It'll help you build stats. It's something to pass the time. Something that the Sony PlayStation and any other console, PlayStation 2, the Xbox didn't do. And I wish they would do this to some of the memory cards because I think it's a nice little gimmick for it. However, the batteries, I replaced the batteries on these guys and they just kind of died off. But I think that maybe if I insert it into the controller and play the games, it'll liven them back up and it'll work. But yeah, you guys, just wanted to make a quick video. I wanted to play a homage to a console that was very short-lived. Sega forever will be in my heart. I gotta say, I became more of a Nintendo fanboy along the years and a PlayStation fanboy, but I've never forgotten about the Sega, Saturn, Genesis, the Sega Master System was my very first console ever. So, you know, Sega will forever hold a place in my heart. And even though the Dreamcast didn't quite meet my expectations, nonetheless, I'm proud to own it right now. And I just gotta say that I'm very grateful that I have it. And you know, the experience, the quick, short experiences that I have with the console may be short-lived, but there were very fond memories that I had of the time. And for that, I just wanted to say happy belated birthday to the Sega Dreamcast. Happy 20th anniversary. You may not be out there anymore, but you have not been forgotten. And it's just, I want to play a homage to a pretty distinctive console. And one more thing, you know, very first console, I think one of the first consoles that did online gaming and all that. So you can't take this away from the console, and you can't bash it either because it revolutionized a lot of consoles thereafter. So for that, Sega Dreamcast, happy birthday. You will always live on in my heart, and I will never forget that date, 9/9/99. Well, this has been Eric, the Bear Collector. Peace out, you guys.